Okay. Hello everyone. My interview has not started yet, but it will be starting soon. So I have everything set up so when WIS10, Columbia, South Carolina joins the Zoom call. I will be ready on my end. So I want to thank you and welcome you all to this interview. Those of you who can be a part of it, I appreciate each and every one of you and thank you for being here. My name is Regina Miller and I raise awareness to citrology and fellow heart disease. This is Heart Health Month and you will hear my story shortly. I don't want to go too much into it, but that when the interview starts, you will definitely get full throttle of my story. Share the live if you can. Share the live if you can. This is a WIS News primetime interview. It will be aired tonight at 7:30 p.m. WIS10, Columbia, South Carolina. If you want to keep that a note for you. Yes. Lord, I want to make sure I'm on the right one on the Zoom. I guess I'm on the right one. It says one participant, which that will be me.
Yeah.
And then.
Let me see the link that he sent you.
Oh, I'm on the Zoom. I'm just waiting for him to come on.
I'm saying.
Is he my name?
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm in the right spot. I just want to make sure. I just texted him and told him I'm already logged in. I'll see him at 11.
You want to keep the audio on?
That's for me, right?
Oh wait. Computer audio. Join audio by computer. He wasn't on that first.
So what you mean, to hear me?
He wouldn't have been able to hear you. He ain't had the audio on.
It says, oh, okay.
So now, so that's on. This is off.
Thank you, Jessica, Michelle.
You see?
Yes.
Mute.
I don't want to be mute.
I know, I'm just saying.
Okay.
Unmute. You see what I'm saying?
Yes. But I leave it open. Yeah. Because I don't want to have to deal with that.
So he'll
later.
come up right here. Participant.
Okay. And
Are you sharing your screen?
What you mean with him?
Host disabled attendee. Okay, good. Oh,
this meeting is being recorded.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Hey Regina, how you doing?
Hello, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for getting back to me last night on kind of short notice. I really appreciate it. But I saw your story and I saw your page, and I was truly moved. And I thought, with it being American Heart Awareness Month, I got my red on today.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Me too.
I thought it would be a great idea to kind of feature you for primetime stuff.
Yes. Yes.
No, I also saw that the foundation is based out of Sumter.
Sumter, South Carolina is where it's founded. That's my family roots. In Columbia, South Carolina is where I host all of my awareness events.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I just.
Yeah.
If my camera is looking kind of weird, I apologize.
Oh no, you look good.
Doesn't have a webcam, so this is I'm working. I found one in the newsroom, and that's what I'm working with today.
Okay, you look great.
So I wanted to. Well, I knew we were going to be zooming, and a lot of the zooms I've had to do already. It's just been like an S, and I wanted to put a face to the person you're talking to.
Yes.
So, alrighty. Let me. Okay. All right. Now, if I could get your first and last name.
Okay.
And then if you could just spell it for me.
Okay. Regina Miller, ReginaMiller.
So if I blab my mouth off, it will always be you as the speaker. Perfect. Okay. And so, I guess let's just kind of start from the beginning. I guess, kind of tell me, I guess, about, your daughter and, kind of her condition and, how that kind of led you to, create this foundation for her.
Okay. Well, it started, and she was born in 1988, my firstborn daughter. And after birth, I was diagnosed. The doctor said that she had tetralogy of failed heart disease. And maybe 3 weeks after that, they came to me and told me that your daughter will not live past the age of 2 years old. And so, of course, that was very shocking to me. During my pregnancy, there was no signs of any of that. And that's why tetralogy of failure is a rare heart disease. You just don't know until, most women like me, mothers, you don't know until after giving birth. Long story short, I promised my daughter that I would tell the world why she left me so soon, why she left the family so soon. And with her amazing self, she was like an angel on earth. She said to me, she looked me dead in my eyes, and she said, "Mother, yes." And she just said yes. And she looked me, she had some big, big brown eyes. And that just gave me, when I lost her February 18th of 1990, she was exactly 2 years old. She lived 2 months after her birth date. Her birth date was November 16th. And I knew that I had to keep the promise alive. And so I didn't do the foundation right away. I started the foundation in 2015. I was a single mom. I had 2 other children. Actually, my oldest today was 2 months old when I lost Queen Victoria. And her name is Queen Victoria Miller. I named her after my grandmother. And that's why the foundation on Facebook name is the Queen Victoria Miller Heart Foundation, in name after her. That's what I'm doing. I am telling the world what happened to my daughter, why she left us so soon. And not only that, I'm helping other mothers to put a smile on their face, and fathers and grandmothers and grandfathers who reach out to me every day. It heals my heart. People say, how do you do this? How do you, your daughter is dead, but you're helping other people with their children. Well, that's how I mourn. That's how I keep my promise. I told my daughter that I would tell the world about tetralogy of failure and why she left me so soon. So what I do, I host events yearly. COVID-19 kind of backed me up, but this is the year that I said I'm coming back out. And it was such an honor, because it's just February and here I am having an interview with you. But that's how purposeful it is for me. Every year in Columbia, South Carolina, in December, I would host a tetralogy of failure heart disease awareness Christmas shopping expo, where people would come out. I would give teddy bears to children with tetralogy of failure. I would go to hospitals and give teddy bears to children. And again, COVID-19 stopped that, because I was no longer able to go to the hospitals and the different foundations that, were connected with me through tetralogy of failure. So that's what I've been doing. And, today I interview families weekly on Thursdays and Fridays on my platforms, my social media platforms. And I give people the opportunity to tell their stories. So many people need help. They need their story out, just like me. And so I told everyone, I said, if we get together and we join forces, we can tell the world what tetralogy of failure really is. Because you have parents that's dealing with children with tetralogy of failure. They don't even know what tetralogy of failure is. Just last week I told them that tetralogy of failure is a rare disease. And I had a family member say, wow, I didn't know that. And you don't know that because you're so busy taking care of your babies that the only thing on your mind is my baby, are they going to be okay? And tetralogy of failure children are okay. They're more okay than the parents. I think we the ones that be freaking out, And those are the stories that I get. They say, I'm freaking out, but my baby is, they just had surgery, but then they running around in the room, So it's just a joy to be with the families of TLF because it's definitely relatable. And again, I'm keeping my promise with my daughter, Queen Victoria Miller, about T'Challa D'Afella and why she left our family so soon.
That's wow. That's, I mean, it's a really nice story, and honestly, I'm thank you so much for sharing it with me. Just because
Absolutely.
I was going through your page last night, and it was the one video of you when you were you were on a hike, and I just remember sitting there, and you kind of just explained, nutshell explained it, and I was like, oh my God, that is what I am looking for.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So you founded the foundation in Sumter in 2015 as a platform for mothers that are in, or any family that's really in a similar boat to yourself to kind of mourn together, kind of share their experiences as well. So it was almost kind of like you created a place for people that felt alone to go somewhere where they wouldn't necessarily feel alone.
Yes.
More because it sounds like I mean, during that time, that I don't know how you particularly felt, but I would imagine, you were under that impression first, and that was how you wanted to create a space for other people.
Well, to piggyback on that, the only support that I had was my church family and my mother and my father, and of course my siblings. But I did not have what I'm giving, if that makes sense. So that's where my healing comes in at, giving a mother, we give care packages to mothers in the hospitals because of course you think about your baby, you're not, thinking about your hygiene. So in the care packages we may have toiletries, smell goods for mothers and fathers. We give teddy bears to the children. It's all about putting a smile on their face, making them feel like someone cares about me in this situation. And I did not have that. No one came to my bedside when I was with my daughter, those moments when she was, hooked up to all of those machines. If you saw the pictures, you saw how T'Challa D'Afella babies are hooked up to machines. Every time they go to the hospitals, they're hooked up to machines. And you just feel so hopeless for them because it's like they can't move. And so I know exactly what that feels like you said. But I didn't have the support that I'm trying to give to others. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting a smile on their face. I'm making them feel better. I'm communicating with the mothers as much as I can, and fathers and grandparents. Because I get everybody's stories, from all over the world, different countries. I have reached out to people with T'Challa D'Afella. And my short-term goal is to raise awareness to the highest level that I can. My long-term goal is to be like my role model, Susan J. Coleman of the Cancer Society. If I can piggyback off my role model, that will be a great day. You know what I'm saying? But it's a walk. It's a walk, So right now, I'm raising awareness, and people donate teddy bears. I have this product here that I wanted to show you. It's in the heart little bag because that's
fragrances, right?
Yeah, the fragrances. This is the secret to how I am able to do what I do. The proceeds from this bottle is how I use my own money to fund these events that I have that you see on the page.
Oh, wow.
All of the proceeds from this is how I am doing what I am doing. And this scent is also amazing. It literally sells itself. And as you can see, it's
because I saw you had like all awareness stuff going on in last May.
Yes.
So
yes.
the proceeds from that help fund stuff like that.
It helps everything that I do, and you saw on that page, the Queen Victoria Miller Heart Foundation page, it is helping me to do what I'm doing. I am currently getting licensed to be a non-profit organization. Again, this is all new to me. You know what I mean? I'm just a mother keeping my promise. But this year is the year that everything is going to be like document it on paper. I'm gonna have like the IRS included, those things, the LLC. This is that year. This is that year, and I'm actually in the process of that right now. All before, it was just, I knew I had to keep the promise, you know. And again, this little secret here is how I'm able to pay for the things that I need to build this up to be where I can one day literally help the people the way they're asking for help. Right now, I tell them, come on my platform, share your stories. Someone will hear us. Someone will see us. That's the help that I can give you. A lot of people need financial help. A lot of people need all kinds of help. But I tell them I will do what I can do in my will. I might can't give you the finances, but I can put you on my platform so someone can see you. And just like you saw me, this is hope for them. This is hope. All we can do is hope and pray.
So do you do you put those fragrances in care packages that you give out as well?
I do. I have a smaller version of it, like a sample, because I want them to smell good in the hospital, or where they taking care of their kids. So it's like a sample. But when I sell it, it's on my website, and people, when I go out, people smell me, and they say, "What do you have on?" It's that beautiful of a scent, and so that's how I've been selling it. And so it really sells itself. And then people see the reason behind it, and then they support me even more. And they tell their friends, and they tell their friends, and so that's how it's happening.
That's so great.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to.
Great story.
I didn't know how to raise funds. I didn't know how to be a foundation founder. I didn't know how to do that. I just knew I had to start. And so with the scent, instead of me, I didn't know how to ask people for help. So I said, let me create something that can sell itself, and that will be the help. And with that, people donate teddy bears. The teddy bear drive is my biggest thing, because that allows me to give the children a gift. And the hospitals told me years ago that I can't.
Oh, like the kids that have the actual condition.
Right. And so I got with the hospitals, and my daughters are military, so it was easier for me to get the help that I needed, because being a military family, they accepted us, I think, a little bit quicker. And so my daughters would go in their uniforms and present the teddy bears to the children at the hospitals. And it's just something that we get joy out of. And so we only can give them soft teddy bears, like no cushion. Like, it just has to be where they can grab it. And that is what they told us that we can present. So every year, that's what we do. We do the teddy bear drive, and we give the children with tetralogy of Fallot teddy bears. And that is the gift from our family to them. A lot of it is donated. I have a person in Sumter, South Carolina, Richard Cleveland. He is my #1 teddy bear drive headquarters, I call him. And he raises like hundreds of teddy bears for us a year through his business in Sumter, South Carolina. And there's people like him and other people that just help us throughout the years with their contributions. And, I don't even really have to ask. People they just open up their hearts to help me, because after they hear my story, they're willing to help. So that's how I do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
That sums it up.
And so you were saying, so your daughter was born, you said February 16th, 1948?
She
or
was
1988.
She was born November 16th, 1988. She died February 19th, 1990. Yeah. So it was just like, wow, this is February.
She was like 2.5.
2 years and 2 months.
Okay. And when did you first get wind that she had this condition?
Right after I gave birth to her. She had to stay in the hospital for 3 weeks after I gave birth to her. And that's when the doctors came to me and said that your daughter has this rare heart condition, tetralogy of Fallot heart disease. My daughter was 2 years old with the heart of an 80-year-old woman. Yes, yes. She
You
was
said of an 80-year-old
of
woman?
an 80-year-old woman. And the way my daughter's heart was set up, um, it was like her heart chambers were mixed up. Like whereas it's the four chambers, it was crossway, like a puzzle.
Oh.
It was not where it was, the pieces were not where they were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
crazy because after I did research on my own child, it was a miracle that she lived to be 2. Yes. And the only medicine she was on, it was called latex medicine, heart medicine. She never had a surgery. They didn't offer her a surgery. She didn't have a surgery. And that's one thing I see with a lot of the babies today. They have surgeries after surgery after surgery. And I'm just happy my daughter, she just lived her 2 years out and she didn't have to deal with that. And she was the most happiest little girl. I mean, she gave so much joy to the world. That's why I have to do what I'm doing because she was so loved. She was so loved. And I had her in Brooklyn, New York. And I don't want to bring up the fact that of her funeral, but I'm telling you, I've never seen a funeral to date like my daughter's. I mean, it was so many people that they couldn't even see her because we had to, you have a time limit with a funeral, right? So we had to go bury her in the Children's Cemetery in New Jersey, and it was blocks of people trying to get into this funeral because we put it in the newspaper. She was that loved, and everybody couldn't see her. I had to shut the funeral down to be able to get to New Jersey to bury her. It was that many people. I couldn't believe it. To this date, I've never seen a funeral like that in my life. I've never seen a wake like that or a funeral. I didn't even know where the people came from. All I knew, I had to tell my mother, I said, we have to put it in the paper because I would see people on the bus, the train, at my high school because I was a teen mom. My daughter went to school with me, which is another special story. As a teen mom, I was able to take my daughter to school with me. And she was the first baby in the program that allowed teen moms to take the children to school with them to get their education. So I got my high school diploma because I was able to take my baby to school with me. And doing that,
Oh, wow.
yes.
Wait, you said Queen went to high school with you?
Queen Victoria went to high school with me. I was a teen mom. And I graduated on time with my high school diploma.
While she was still alive?
While she was alive.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you. I mean, it's so many miracles I can tell you that happened. And so in doing that, we met so many people, my teachers, the people I had to go to school on the train. I mean, so putting that in the newspaper, I had to do it because
Wait, where did you go to high school?
Sarah J. Hell High School in Brooklyn, New York.
Because my brother went to Brooklyn Tech.
I know exactly where that's at.
I was going to say, I grew up in Manhattan. I went to
oh,
NYC.
wow, I love Manhattan.
When you said Brooklyn, my face lit up.
I saw that. Yes,
I saw my New York plate on my car.
Okay, I love New York. I try to visit every year. That's home. It's home. But I have so many memories there, like this story. Yeah, my daughter went to school with me, and she was so amazing. And I was able to graduate from high school, never missed a day of school. I went to school every day because I was able to take my child with me. I had very supportive parents. Rest in peace, they're not with me right now. But I had the most supportive parents, family members. I mean, everybody around me was very supportive when I needed it with Queen Victoria. And so that's why I do what I do. I can't imagine not doing what I do because she was such an amazing child. Yes. Such an amazing baby. And people, I tell people all the time, tetralogy of Fallot babies are angels. They're not just regular children. Like a lot of parents say, I wonder, how will my child be looked upon? Will people just say, oh, she has tetralogy of Fallot or he has tetralogy of Fallot? And as I talk to these families and I see what the children are doing, they're phenomenal children. They are phenomenal children. They are not handicapped at all. They're actually, like I said, doing better than the parents. They are literally angels. And I got to experience that for 2 years. My daughter, she went to the bathroom at 8 months. Can you imagine a child? I'm not kidding. My daughter walked at 9 months. She went to the restroom at 8 months. And she didn't like to be wet. She didn't, like you get wet with the diaper on. She would take it off. And I was like, what is going on? I told my parents, I said, I think she's going to the bathroom. My daughter went to the toilet and used it. Took her pamper off at 8 months. She walked at 9 months. She was a miracle. And I knew then when she walked at 9 months, I said, oh my gosh, she's going to leave me. Because those are the steps of God is giving you that life before you leave. He was like giving her that head start on things, and it was just miracle after miracle after miracle. I've never heard to this day a child using the bathroom at 8 months and walking at 9 months. And she was the littlest thing, walking, talking, and just full of sass. Full of sass. Okay, she loves dresses and skirts, and she was so little I couldn't even find her size. But my grandmother, I'll never forget it, she would put pins on her pin them dresses up and them skirts so that she can just have her little way. And that was my baby, and I will never not tell the world about her. And I appreciate you just letting me do that, on this platform, because this is the platform that I needed. This is it.
Oh yeah, and the timing is perfect, and it's in light of a month where people, like you said, don't know a lot about this specific condition, and how rare it is, and
right.
I guess what people should know about it.
Right. Right.
Because it doesn't really seem like there's a way to treat it or a cure or.
A lot of families are receiving surgeries to replace and repair. That's the words that's commonly used, replace and repair. And I thank God that they're able to do that. Because again, I didn't have that option. So I'm so happy that children, and I've met 50-year-olds living with tetralogy of Fallot. So you can live with tetralogy of Fallot in today. Into 2024, you can live with tetralogy of Fallot. And that's the hope that I love. Some would say, well, I feel so bad for you. No, don't feel bad for me. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you have your child. I'm happy that your child is thriving and surviving and being great warriors with this disease. Don't worry about me. Me and my angel daughter, we're fine. We're great. We're great knowing that you're great. And that's my story.
And so you said you founded the foundation in Sumter in 2015.
2015. That was the.
You also said you had family roots in Sumter as well.
My parents were born and raised in Sumter, South Carolina.
Okay, so we can say you're originally from Sumter.
Oh, you can. I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, but I spent 20 years in New York. My first 20 years in New York. And then I raised my children after Queen Victoria passed away. I moved to Sumter, South Carolina. It was it was too much for me. So I wanted to raise, again, like I said, my oldest now was 2 months old when Queen Victoria passed. So I wanted to raise my children in Sumter, South Carolina, where it was peaceful. My mind could be less, you know how New York is. So I needed to grieve in peace. You know what I mean? So Sumter, South
Right.
Carolina, I do call home. Yes. That is home.
Okay. So you said she passed in 1990, and then you and your second born, who was 2 months old at the time.
Yes.
Then you guys moved to Sumter, and then you guys lived in Sumter, and then started the foundation in 2015.
Yes, I have. Let me say, because I can't leave my baby out. I have 3 daughters. After Queen Victoria, there's Donette Regina Miles and Donnell Raystrana Miles. So my 2 daughters and I proceeded to Sumter, South Carolina. I raised them in South Carolina after Queen Victoria. Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So you had, and you had them in New York, or you had them in Sumter?
I had them. I had all of my children, my 3 daughters, in New York, and I was
Okay.
married to their father as well.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them have their father name is Donald Miles, and those are our children.
Okay.
Yes.
And then what date would you say you moved down to Sumter? Like
Oh,
what year?
okay. She died in 1990. I would say 1994. I moved to Sumter, South Carolina, and started my career as a cosmetologist. I had a salon in Sumter, South Carolina for 15 years, Agape Hair Salon and Spa. I'm very known in Sumter, South Carolina.
So that's why you got the strong nose for the fragrance.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I am very well known in Sumter, South Carolina. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you said you've been there for 15 years.
I was
and
in
then
Sumter,
2015
South
you
Carolina for 22 years. Yes.
did- Okay.
I only moved because my children got grown and they entered the military. So now I'm a military mom and I travel with my children.
Well, thank them for their service.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll let them know. Yes. We
Of
appreciate
course.
that.
Yeah, of course. No,
Mhm.
seriously.
Mhm.
And then you said you were also born in Sumter, correct?
No, I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your family is from Sumter, and
My
then
parents.
you moved back to Sumter after you had your 2 kids to raise them in Sumter, and then afterward you started the foundation in Sumter as well.
It definitely started in Sumter, South Carolina. Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to look up. I was trying to do this story last night. I kept looking for American heart awareness type stories like yours,
Yes.
and all the stories were not here. And I was like, I had like 2 other stories. I was reaching out, and I'm like, wait, this is in Fort Worth, Texas. Then the worst part was the second one was in Columbia, Tennessee.
Oh, too close. But you got me.
I didn't even know there was a Columbia.
I heard
Tennessee.
of that before. I thought it was Columbia, our Columbia also.
Well, I saw your post from May, and I was like, okay, this woman's definitely in Columbia. And then
We
I was
had
like,
an
wait,
event.
check the page
Yeah.
to see if they have like a location where they are.
Yes.
And I came up on Sumter last night,
Yes.
so I was like, I'm gonna just ask her again tomorrow. But
Yes.
I bet she's from Sumter.
Yes. We had an event in May. My oldest daughter, who's in the United States Air Force, she has FIT festivals and raise awareness to tetralogy of Fallot through the FIT festivals. She teaches people how to live healthy lives and, protect their heart, take care of themselves, so that if they become pregnant, they can avoid as much as they can the possibility of contracting tetralogy of Fallot. We don't know what causes tetralogy of Fallot, but we know there's things we can do to make sure, take care of yourself. So my oldest daughter, that's what she does for tetralogy of Fallot. She hosts FIT festivals, and that's what we were doing in May in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was a type of festival because I saw it was like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes, it's a FIT festival, and she has trainers and fit people, mobile people from all over the world come to her events, and they teach people how to work out and take care of their bodies, how to eat, things like that.
Is she there with you right now?
She is not. She's actually at work. She's in the Air Force. We're stationed here at Fort Gordon, But I do have my other daughter. She's Army, and we all do it together. Would you like to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
to
I mean,
her?
if she would want to hop on right now and
Okay,
just kind of,
Donnell. Donnell,
Yeah.
he would like for you to say something to the camera. This is my Army retired daughter.
thank you for your,
Hey, what's
thank you for
going
your
on?
service.
How you doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, no. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to live, a normal life without having to worry. So,
Thank you so much for your
I forgot what I
support.
said.
Without your support,
Of course.
we can't do it, So it's teamwork.
yeah. So I just wanted to ask you really quick. What has it kind of been like? Hopping along with mom. Kind of following in her footsteps and bringing awareness to this heart condition and
Right.
what have you kind of seen? When you kind of enlighten people about what this condition is. How people react to it.
Yes, so it's been quite a journey, honestly, since I want to say 2017. That's when I really started getting active because, the Army, we are always out of the country and things of that sort. So when I finally got to the States, I was able to be a little bit more involved. So in 2017 was when I first went to drop off the teddy bears. So that was a remarkable experience. And honestly, like, before we joined the military, my mom just always shared the story with us of our older sister. So we tried to do everything that we could when we got older to see it through. So it's been remarkable.
I mean, it definitely sounds like it, and and if I could get also your first and last name, your spelling, and if you don't mind me asking, how old you are.
That's fine. So my first name is Donnell, Donale. Last name Miles, Miles, and I'm 31. I'll turn 32 in March, so looking forward to that.
Okay. And you were Queen's younger sister.
Yes, I'm the youngest. I'm the baby.
Oh, you're the baby.
Yes.
Queen Victoria would be 35 today if she had lived.
Okay. Personally, how is the experience of being able to do this with your mom? How has it felt for you?
It's been great to see it through. I kind of tag along as like more so the MC, the DJ. So at the fit festivals and the teddy bear drives and all of the events, I'm kind of the one, keeping people's spirits up. Although we are, celebrating the pretty much hosting an event to spread awareness, but it can sometimes get sad. So I'm there to kind of just provide that cheer. But just watching my mom, share her story and day in and day out, even though she's not always able to be on big platforms, she creates platforms for herself, and the fact that she's sharing her platform, I think that is selfless. So I'm here to support 1000%. It's been a great journey and I can't wait to see it move further. This year she actually went a step further and said, you know what, I'm not doing 2 shows a year or 3 shows a year. I'm actually every day going to find people. I'm going to talk to people every week. We're going to come together. It's happening. So, sometimes the slow journey is a fast one once you wake up and say, you know what, this year is going to be the year. So I'm looking forward to 2024 being a great year.
And so, obviously, the paid people, that was a great question. Where is the best place, people that would want to connect with you guys could reach out? Is it that Facebook page?
Yes, the Queen Victoria Miller Heart Foundation page on Facebook. That is my headquarters.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, because I could, I'll definitely make sure to, blast that either on the web or.
And also, we do have a website that people can contact me there, and that's where they purchase this beautiful oil. Do you want? I can say it here or?
Actually, so I'm gonna. If you want to send that to me, and if you have any pictures or video of Queen, of you at these events.
Okay.
That's probably gonna be the meat of my story.
Okay.
Did I give you an email last night to, the Zoom link I sent you the invite on is a good email to send all that stuff to. Do you need it again?
Okay. No, I still have it, yes.
Okay. Is there a good cell phone number I can also reach you if I have any other questions, like throughout the day?
Sure. 803-464-2200. That is my business number, and you definitely can reach me there.
I'm gonna just you have my number, but I'm just gonna shoot you a text.
Yes.
What kind of dog do you have?
A multi-poo, and he's so trying to get my attention. Oh my goodness.
I want to be on TV too.
He wants my attention so bad right now.
Well, I was interviewing some other guy yesterday, and the guy had a dog, and the dog kept jumping on me. I was like, I bet you want to be on TV also.
Oh yeah, they definitely want to. Yes.
Is there anything else that I maybe missed that you would want to add?
I'm just intentional. I'm purposeful, and I'm not going to stop raising awareness to tetralogy of fatal heart disease until it reaches where it needs to reach. I'm going to reach to the farthest masses. I'm going to keep being in people DMs who, like you have the social media news, the regular, all the news, whoever's news. I'm going to be in your DMs trying to get a story, because as many people as I can tell tetralogy of fatal heart disease awareness to, that is my life journey. I'm pretty much, I would say, semi-retired from hair, so this is my retirement job. To full force, like my daughter said, I made this the year, I affirmed it, that I would just dig in a little harder, because again, COVID just kind of pushed me back, and so I can't make up for that time, but I'm gonna do the best I can to put it in this year as much as I can. Yes.
And lastly, it might cut me off just because I don't have a pro
Okay.
plan. If you could give me the name of that teddy bear drive, and then the other gift basket giveaways you guys do.
Okay, so the teddy bear drive is the Queen Victoria Miller Heart Foundation. That is us totally. And then you said the gift baskets. That is something we do out of the foundation as well, to help mothers with the tetralogy of fatal who sits by their children's bedsides, and they can't have the toiletries that they need because they don't care, because they're sitting by their children's bedside. So we try to make sure they have the things they need, because when your child is sick, you're not worried about brushing your teeth, you're not worried about none of that. So we try to make sure they have the little care packets that they need. Okay. Well, thank you all for joining that. Yes, thank you all for joining this afternoon, and God bless you all. I hope that this interview was everything that it needed to be for the listeners and those who will be listening on WIS10, to be for the listeners and those who will be listening on WIS10. Laura, thank you. God is good. I will say to my people, be intentional. Be intentional. If you do something that you love, you're going to get everything, and I mean everything, out of it. When you do what you love, you're going to get everything out of it that you put into it. Just be intentional. God is good, and he's good all the time. Bye-bye.